Welcome to Animal Based in Your Face. Today we're going to be cooking spaghetti squash. Spaghetti squash can be used for so many things, and it's over my head. That's why it's on my head. So my wife is going to walk us through this. But this is a spaghetti squash if none of you knew what it was. All right. This is the first time I've done this, so just bear with me. We're going to roast this baby up, but first we have to cut it. You want to cut the ends off so that you can get a flat cut on it, and you got to use a knife because this sucker is hard. I'm talking Crocodile Dundee knife, and don't cut your fingers off. You just want to cut off a little bit off each end. Saw it to get it in there. Yeah.
Sorry, he's cracking me up.
This is why she didn't want to do this part.
Actually, I've been bathing dogs and I'm not camera ready.
All right, now we're going to get the other end.
Come on, you can
get
do
your
it.
whole shoulder in there. So you got it's flat on both sides, so
That's
you
right.
can actually set it down flat, and you want to center it.
Just a minute. Yeah, you want to center it right down the middle the best you can and go slow because it
Just
can
kind
crack.
of rock it back and forth.
Try to stay centered just like that. Perfect. And he's going to open it up and you will see the guts, the seeds. So we're going to take a spoon and we are going to clean out the guts.
We don't want the seeds. Seeds are bad.
Seeds are bad. So he's going to clean all that out and we're going to throw it in the trash. And we will be back in just a few minutes. Do you see how he's cleaning all that out? Just like that.
All right, the guts are out of the spaghetti squash. All cleaned out.
There's the guts. There's the seeds.
And we don't want those seeds.
And here's the spaghetti squash. All right.
Now we're going to take some organic ghee, which is basically clarified butter. You could use regular butter or olive oil. We don't use olive oil.
We don't use any seed
No
oils.
seed oils.
We're animal based. So he's going to baste that with the organic ghee all over. The middle, the sides, the top. You don't have to do the outside.
And that's going to roast it and make it nice, brown, and delicious.
I will say that I have cooked spaghetti squash pretty much every way that you can, and roasting it at a high temperature gives it the best flavor. If you haven't tried it, I highly encourage you to do that.
We're actually going to make Alfredo sauce and use this as spaghetti, but for any kind of diet, keto,
Low carb.
you can use this because it's a very good fruit.
You can use it for so many things. You can put chicken parmesan over it. You can use it for lasagna. There's endless recipes for spaghetti squash out there on the internet.
And if you didn't catch that, I did say fruit. This is actually a fruit, not a vegetable.
Squash is a fruit. All right, now that it's basted, we're going to put salt on it. You can do pepper if you want, but we're just gonna do salt.
And there we go.
All right, next we're just gonna put it on a pan and we're gonna do it face up. You can do it face down. I personally prefer it to be faced up. It roasts better, the color's better. We're gonna put the oven at 460 degrees. We're gonna put it in a Smart Oven Air by Breville, and we're gonna roast it for about 45 to 50 minutes.
All right, the oven's preheated to 460 degrees. We're gonna put our spaghetti squash in our Breville oven. Now you have to excuse our ugly pan. If you people will subscribe, maybe we can buy a new pan.
Now, we have double ovens, but we love this Breville Smart Oven Air because we do not have to heat up the whole house and it cooks good and quick. Okay, so just so you know, you will know when your squash is done cooking when it's tender. The squash will be ready when you can easily pierce a fork through the flesh all the way to the peel. The flesh will also separate easy, and you will be able to make spaghetti-like strands with a fork once it's totally done. All right, we're gonna let this cook for 45 minutes. We're gonna check it about 35 minutes and we'll be back. All right, it's been 35 minutes. Now this spaghetti squash is not as large as some of the others that we've bought. So we're just checking to see if it's done. And if you can stick a fork all the way through the side walls, through the skin, then it is ready to go. It looks good. So we're gonna pull this out and let it cool for a little bit. And then we'll come back and show you how to make the string-like spaghetti squash noodles. Now look at that. Isn't that a beauty? I have cooked these up to 50 minutes to an hour, just depending on the size of the squash. All right, so our spaghetti squash is done. Scott's already working on stringing it. You just take your fork and see the noodles right there where he's pulling it out. It looks just like a spaghetti noodle almost, except it's a low carb and a lot healthier version. We're gonna string these spaghetti squash halves, and we're gonna put them in this container right here. And we'll be back in just a few minutes. Look at that. Just like spaghetti squash.
Just like noodles.
Yeah, just like noodles.
I mean, they're good for you. And low carb. As you can see, we've scraped all of the squash out of the husk here. Hull, whatever that's called. Makes a good amount depending on the size you've got. This is what it looks like on the plate. Looks just like spaghetti noodles, but it's low carb spaghetti squash. Now we've made up some animal-based Alfredo sauce, which you can look up in another YouTube video that we have up. And this is what you would do with this. Plate it, pour some of that nice yummy sauce over there. And then we have some chicken breast and bacon that you could top it with.
And we cooked that today on our Blackstone griddle.
And that will be delicious. So check us out, check our other video out, where we show how to make the Parmesan Alfredo sauce, and we will get everything plated. We're gonna put some grilled chicken on here that we grilled on our Blackstone griddle.
Ignore our dogs in the background. We have puppies.
And a little bacon right there on the top. And there you go.
Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious?
Go check out our other video on YouTube on how to make the spaghetti squash. And thank y'all for watching. Next time on Animal Based in Your Face.